Hi guys, welcome back to my channel.
Finally get it right. So we've been trying to reverse that. I'm not sure if you guys can tell, but it only took like what 10 times to get it right. Welcome back, guys.
So in this video, we're going to have a little story time, telling you guys about our journey here to Canada.
First time coming to Canada, but before we get into it, I just want to say if you're new here, guys, please you can go ahead. We'll give you a second to just go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Yeah, and don't forget to turn on that bell. You don't want to miss a video. We have some very interesting content coming up. Right, so the kind of videos that we do here is premium Canadian content. If you're thinking about coming to Canada, if you're in Canada already, if you want to study in Canada, if you want to work in Canada, you'd want to subscribe. No, if you're not interested in that, this is not the channel for you. But you can still subscribe, we still appreciate it. Yeah. Yeah, so as Nat said a while ago, guys, we will be doing another story time for you guys, talking about our journey to Canada, the first time traveling to Canada. Stick around. Time traveling to Canada, what was that like? So let me just begin the story by saying, when we applied, guys, we have never traveled anywhere before in our life. This was our first time going on a plane. We're not even did go a Cuba. No, matter of fact, we're not even fly on a plane go a Montego Bay. We never go nowhere. Well, on a plane, we used to just travel by car, travel Jamaica, right? So we had no previous travel experience. And here's the interesting part, guys. Well, I applied for the study permit first, and then when I got approved, we applied for my wife's what more permit and my daughter visitor record, right? So we never applied together. I applied for the study permit in May, and here's the interesting part, guys. I applied for my passport in April. This was the first passport I have ever owned in my life. So in other words, I got through on a virgin passport. My passport was a virgin passport, legit, never, not even a month good yet, until before I applied for the study permit, right? And as a matter of fact, I was never ever foreign minded, so that was why I never really applied for a passport before, because I always say it makes no sense to have a passport for just sit down and expire every 10 years. And that's a waste of money for me, right? So I was never really foreign minded. So because of that, I never really applied for a passport before. But then we decided that, you know what, we have to make a move right now. We're going to go to Canada. And then that was why I applied for a passport. So if it is that you apply for a study permit, no make nobody tell us you need travel history, you need a passport for this time. Rubbish. Virgin passport. If I can do it, you can do it too. So I just wanted to begin the story by saying that, because I thought that was very, very important, right? The other important part was the fact that I applied first, and then Nats and my daughter applied afterwards, which everybody journey different, and a lot of people apply together and then get through, but that's not a full story. Our story is one, then the other, and then I saw the thing set, right? So go back in 2019, we submitted our study permit. I submitted first, then I got approval, I think in June, the early part of June, right?
June, yeah.
Or the middle part of June, somewhere there, guys. I got approval there, and then we submitted that document probably to the ending part of June, close to the ending of June, because there was a big stop, and then we have to go to the VAC center every minute. And
it was done paper based, so everybody that have the convenience of doing it online, we had to do it paper based. So there was a ton of documents that we had to come up with and put in our application.
At the time, there wasn't any COVID-19 and everything, never really, only online based. And it was actually recommended back then that you do it paper based, because when you do it paper based, it actually processed in a Jamaica, but when you do it online, it processed anywhere around the world, right? So we did it paper based, so we were just back and forth in the VAC center, so that caused Nat's application for going close to June month end. Nat's and Malika application going the same time. So fast forward 2 months after to the ending of August, thereabout. The ending of August, guys, was, of course, you know, like a week before school started. I think school started on the 2nd of September that year, and Nat's birthday was the 28th of August. So Nat's permit Nat's visa never come through yet, and thing, and from we've been together, we have never like missed birthdays and stuff like that. That was a big deal for us. So I never want to leave for two reasons. One, I would not feel comfortable leaving without knowing if Nats and Malika's thing is gonna come through, because our relationship tight like glue, and we each and by the side and we not do nothing without each other. So I would not feel comfortable like leaving. If we did not say approve and them have to leave like a few days, then that different. But like leaving with the uncertainty if you say, oh boy, I don't know if they're gonna approve or not. We never want to do that. So I basically draw it out as long as possible. We're not even buy a plane ticket yet, guys. Because we decided to say, oh, we're spending our birthday together, which is the 28th of August. And yeah, basically we never want to cut, and then before knowing everything alright. Throughout that time, guys, Nat's mom was staying with us, was actually living with us at the time, and she had a Canadian visa. And as you guys know, when we came to Canada, we were actually staying with family. So the intention was to take her with us, so that she, while Nat's work and I go to school, she can look after Malika, whilst you know, we just kind of get ourselves together. So that means we'd have to find additional plane ticket. The thing is, Malika also turned 2. She turned 2 at the time because her birthday was July. So the July she was 2, and with the airfare policy, once a child is 2, full fare. So which means that we had to pay for a full fare for myself, Nat's mom, and Malika, 4 persons. And thing at the time we, you know, we have a little bit of money we acquire over the period of time, because we decided to well, make the move here, so they basically acquire some money and thing, which was basically budget out, because school fee did have to pay in full for the year, and 4 people paying tickets, and we didn't have to buy a return ticket for our mother, because it was just a visitor visa and all of them things there. So it was a bag of money I spent, even though we never know if not I get you or not yet, right?
In the same time, car got stolen.
Yeah. So in the same period of time, guys, like close to August month, and of course there's still, of course we say in other videos, them thief my car.
It was before my birthday.
They stole my car a little before Nat's birthday, like a week before Nat's birthday, guys, and then we end up having to spend probably over $100,000 in terms of fixing the car and getting it from the police station and all of them things. And although I don't see no insurance money yet. So it's a key insurance broker. Yeah, my old phone and I want my money, because I pay for my comprehensive policy and all, me not get dollar. But anyway, that's another point. Money I have to spend up on all of them things, guys. So that was a real setback for us, because at that time school fee pay, and just the plane ticket money them we basically did have where we are estimated to be, because you know we keep travel looking from bookings that not bookings cheaper here. We kind of get an idea of the plane price, ticket prices and all of them stuff. So yeah. Then now, guys, then thief for car and money I have to spend and all of them things, but you know what, everything I'm for a reason. So after that, now, guys, Nat's birthday come. It was like a day before Nat's birthday. We got the approval.
So that was my birthday gift. It was already.
So a day or 2 before Nat's birthday, guys, we get the approval that we've been waiting on. Nat's get her visa. She get her wings them, so we were so happy. A lot of persons like don't play these things, because again everybody's journey is different, but this for us, guys, was like everything. This means that our life was about to be changed, and this means that something that we've been wanting for like so long actually is now in fruition, and we were just so happy. We were just so grateful. So we come to bumps and all, buy a plane ticket them and everything, you know. But here we go on, guys. The ticket, we couldn't get the ticket them for the same day, because the airline was basically sold out based on when I needed to get into Canada to start school. So I had to buy my ticket first, and then Nat's ticket was like a few days after.
5 days after.
5 days after. So technically I had to leave them, but it was only like for 3 days, 2 to 3 days. So we couldn't live with that. At least I know that they were coming. That was relaxing for me, guys, right? So I came on the Thursday, and Nats came on the Monday. Nats and Malika came on the Monday. So that was good. So when you're traveling, when you've gotten approval for temporary status, student or worker, well, probably not so much worker, but as a student, when I get that ETA letter in a GCK account, and you've got like your approval thing, and you get your passport with a thing in it, it's not guaranteed that you're gonna be permitted to come into Canada. That's very important. There's a lot of persons who get turned back at the borders because they can't answer the immigration questions, or they can't prove to the immigration officer that they're actually here to study. And because of that, a lot of persons get turned back. So, we start fretting now because at this time, we don't have no money. At this time, guys, we don't have any money because between the car spending and school fee for the year and so much plane ticket buy and thing, we're glad, we're excited now, but we're broke. At the time, we're broke, guys. So we start fretting now. I said, I wonder if they're gonna ask you for prove money at the border because you have to show say you can sustain yourself for a little while. That's something that we read about, and that's something that a lot of persons told us about. So we were like really scared. So anyways, we get a little borrows from a friend who lived in Canada, then squeeze a little thing, but that's not our money, That's a money for just, if in case they ask, you can say, boy, you do have this amount of money, you can't touch it. Can't touch it because you have to pay it back, right? So we broke on no money, and Mattel says, people, when it boil down, guys, we come to Canada with probably $50. Outside that, like the borrows we get,
$100.
probably $100. Yeah, somebody so probably $100. You hear me saying, guys? Yeah, I want to listen, because this is very important. When we came to Canada, outside of the money what we borrow for just show if them ask, we only have, at best case scenario, $100. Right? So a lot of persons have them thing well started out, them are safe for this for a while.
They have them millions.
Them have them stocks. Yeah, they have people who they can rely on, and also they never have the unfortunate situation that people are thief them car, and also they never have to buy so much plane ticket. Good for you. But for the persons them where don't have all of them thing there, where don't have them family member where can give them a thing where don't have $4 million sit down on or stack some money, and I wonder if this really makes sense. Listen guys. We are where we are today because of determination, a willingness of not giving up, and being having a lot of faith so that things are gonna work out. And it did work out, guys. We're in a much better position now that we were in. Guys, we only came to Canada. Of our money, we only had $100 and a dream. That's it. We only had $100 and a dream, right? So if we can do it, guys, we always say this: if we can do it, you can do it too. Stop overcomplicating the thing by looking at persons who have their shit figured out. Pardon my language. Not everybody have them thing figured out, right? Everybody's journey is different, and not because your journey might look a different way than somebody else's journey mean that you won't get through. You never know. Don't be discouraged, and don't ever base your journey based on somebody else's journey, right? Anyways, fast forward. We come to Bamsa now. It's blessed Thursday morning, and now I say, I shot go to airport, and I remember when I first started traveling, I didn't even know when I plane looked like. Because I reached at the airport, and of course, Virgin was there, and nuts and friends and stuff. Because we know who we now go back to Jamaica until we turn PR. If it take 10 years, but that Jamaica 30 years, we not miss nothing. So of course we, heal up and bless up, because we know that it's definitely gonna be a while before we come back to Jamaica, right? So we pretty much said our goodbyes, and we know it was gonna be a while, because we know say wait, not a backside, now see we back until a permanent residence. If it take 5 years, if it take 10 years, and I'm happy to say, guys, that we are months away from becoming a permanent residence. If you're not happy for it, please subscribe. If you're not happy for it, leave a comment. If you're not happy for it, leave a like, guys. You can do it too. So we're at the airport, and I was saying our goodbyes and reach at Toronto, guys. I'm telling them, I'm alone, in a Toronto Pearson airport. Don't know what to expect. No, never travel in my life yet. Nobody beside me to say, boy, I go there, so I go here, so I go here, or whatever. I just afraid about immigration. I ask me for sure this money I will not even have a lot of, and ask questions and probing questions. But we could answer everything else because we were genuine, and I like we tell our life to come here, and I never Mr. Brown do with papers. We do with papers ourselves. right? So we know exactly what we were doing. But we never have enough money, so we were a little bit scared that that was gonna be a factor. So I'm in the immigration line, guys, I'm gonna tell you now, be prepared. You see the immigration officers, them who not go to them not nice. Them no smile. Them rigid, them drilled, right? Them unsentimental. You can't sweet talk them, you can't charm them rigid. Make sure nothing up and running. But luckily the line was so long that a different immigration officer was just passing through to just kind of shorten the line a bit, and was like, is anybody applying for study permit or work permit or whatever? My hand gone up long time because I said Jan was there. A little chance enough, but then I line for like probably 2 hours, guys. I'm not telling you. I had another plane to catch because where we are, a 3 plane we have to take to reach here. So one to Toronto, one to Edmonton, and then one to Grand Prairie, right? So there was a lot of traveling involved. So I had 2 more planes to take to get to my destination, and then I was in the line so long that I was in danger of missing the other plane. So I was so happy when it come through. And then him just asked probably 5 or 6 of us who was in the line at the time who got through to study permit and just wanted that document. And he just asked us to have a seat. He took our document and he went somewhere with it, and then he just came back and he was just like, Demar, hands up, here's a document, whatever, here's a document. No questions asked, no nothing. Gone through clear. I'm like. Then after that now, guys, when I reached to the terminal now to go into the plane got delayed. Plane got delayed for probably an hour. That was good because I was in danger of missing it. But guess what now, guys? I was there so long. The flight from Jamaica to Toronto 3.5 hours, and the WestJet not really give nothing other than 1 bottle of water or juice. That's it. And then probably another 3 hours in a line. After 6 hours, my telling people I get hungry, like trap twist hungry. So I start go around the airport and I look if I can get some feet. For those who travel, anybody who travel can tell you guys that airport food are the most expensive food you're going to find in any country, because I don't know why the airport food I'm officer there. Because some bumps and get a sandwich and thing. This now like Thursday night. Because I left Jamaica Thursday around 1 o'clock Thursday, and this was around 9 o'clock. Because we had a little layover as well, because the plane from Edmonton to Toronto to Edmonton was like 10 o'clock. So, hungry, I know I'm getting a sandwich and thing, and I time see price of sandwich, guys. One little sandwich, one little juice, $30, man, I said, $100, $30, $70 instant. I said, right, what kind of country this man come? One little sandwich, I know I do the conversion, I'm instantly come. I said, Jamaica, I just come from, that $30, $3 grand. I said, $3 grand for a little sandwich. I said, $3 grand for a little sandwich. What can't even fool my belly properly? Nah, man. I won't explain if I go back to Jamaica. Because as bad as things before not so there in Jamaica. That man said to myself, I said, I wonder if this really makes sense. But anyways, buy the sandwich and now and reach at Grand Prairie now, guys. When I came to Canada, it was the first week of September, because as I was telling you guys before, I'm celebrating my birthday. I think it was around the 3rd or the 4th of September thereabout. Airport to airport. I have no interaction with outside. I don't know what outside feel like yet. Could reach a Grand Prairie and now not sister come and pick me up, I go outside. My sister, whoa, no man. September, I telling the people, I said, no man, I feel like say, yo, my underdress.
You were
cold.
underdressed.
Cold, guys. Cold. That's the first thing we're going to lick you. The first contact with the hair, no matter which time of the year I come, unless I probably like probably July there, about when the weather actually feel like Jamaica some days. Anytime outside of that, it's going to be a shocker. It's going to be colder than the way I think it would have been that time of the year. So comes up bumps and that was good. Me get used to that. Next thing I start look on is how me I gonna learn to drive right so. Everybody drive on the right side of the road. It looks so strange, right? No, this is our story now, guys. Man, look at myself. It looks so strange because remember, straight from Jamaica where I come. We never traveled before. We don't know what that look like or anything like that. everything looks so strange. We start looking at the buildings, them I said, nah man, everything different. Everything was so different. And at that point in time, I was, to be honest guys, I was confused if I'd made the right decision. And many of you guys are gonna reach at that point. And for persons who made a similar transition from Jamaica to Canada, can comment below and agree or disagree with me that when it just come, unless you have that support system, when it just come, you're gonna wonder if you made the best decision, because you're not sure or you're gonna get a job as yet, you're not sure or anything's gonna work out for you or your family as yet. And then especially if you're leaving from Jamaica where you were in a good position, like for me, I had a good job, I had a good steady job, I was living a nice middle class life, I was living in a good community, I had a good car and all of these things, and then coming back now right down to a to a place where to nothing, to ground zero, where we had to start over back. Where at that point in time, I was really wondering if I'd made the right decision. But now I can sit here guys and tell you guys that this is the best decision that I've ever made in my life for me and my family. So it absolutely makes sense. It's absolutely worth it. And definitely go on and do it, right?
So my journey, leaving the airport, landing in Canada. So as you know, I came with Malika and I came with my mom. So when we went to the border agents and stuff, there was a long line, and as he said, the persons no smiling, nothing. They were like blunt. They were just turning down persons in front of me, and I was a bit scared because I didn't have much money. Didn't have any traveling much.
Oh, before I say that, guys, before that's going off your story, guys, remember that we had limited funds. As we reached the Grand Prairie, before we reach at the yard where I'm going to stay, I had to find a Western Union. We send back that the money there, so Nas can have the very same money
to travel
with in case they ask, right? So even though I was here, I never really comfortably because I said, boy, Nas and Malika for go through this thing. You know, they never get through, guys. Without a doubt, would I be in Jamaica right now because when I book back a flight the next day, go back to Jamaica. Wait, let's
continue. Book it back with which money? You don't need to book no flights.
Style, everything's alright.
Anyways, yeah. As you said, they were like serious. They was turning on person in front of me, and there was a long line. But luckily, Malika, because Malika was fussy, she was traveling for so long, and she was like in her stroll, and she was getting a little miserable. Somebody took us from the back of the line and put us, basically trying to put us at the front because there was a slot open for a new agent to come on duty. So we went to that person. The person just only asked for a passport from the three of us, and that was it. Told us to have our seats and then call us and give us back our visa, and that was it. No questions asked, nothing at all, while other persons were looking at us getting turned down. And it sounds like they had enough money and all of that, but we didn't. Lucky thing them not ask enough money, too much money, because I know there will be questions. And that was it for us traveling there. And when we came off the plane here in Grand Prairie, for me it wasn't a shocker because I went online to see how the place looked. So I know that there wasn't much tall buildings or anything like that. So I knew how it looked before. Cold, yes. Stepping off that plane, cold. The first thing, as he said, hit you is the cold. And
because we're so far, people, the plane from Edmonton to Grand Prairie, when I taxi plane them, I want a little plane with a propeller. and at the time, I tell the guys, anyways, go catch it.
And that was it. Basically, that was it. I didn't have any regrets because I always wanted to come to Canada. When I came, I didn't have no regrets. I knew that I had to start over, so it was no regrets. As you wanna know me by now, this girl not afraid of nothing, not afraid of no work or anything. So I was willing. I had the open mind to start over. So yeah.
Guys, pretty much that was our experience in traveling to Canada for the first time, in terms of what did we have to go through when we were at the airport, and also what was it like leading up to leaving Jamaica. That was our journey, right? We just want to end this video by saying, guys, again, everybody's journey is different. please do not judge your journey thinking that you are not
Good
qualified enough,
yeah.
you don't have enough money and all of these things just because of what other persons say. Listen, everybody's journey is different, right? You don't need to be traveling before in order to get approved. You don't need to have a lot of money in order to be approved. Neither do you have to be 100% organized or 100% have everything together. Everybody's journey is different. I have seen a lot of persons with a lot of money being turned down, and I've seen a lot of persons who have came here in better positions, I'd say, based on my perspective, than us, in terms that they came and they were in a situation where they were comfortable. They come with a little bit of change, them could have integrate all right and everything. And now I can say that a lot of those persons are not where we are at, right? In terms of our journey, not only in terms of our immigration journey, but also in terms of our social and economic journey, in terms of where we are at currently in our lives, in terms of jobs, in terms of income, in terms of financial stability, in terms of assets, and also in terms of that foundation that we wish we would have had when we came. And a big part of us being where we are today, guys, is 100% based on determination and a will of not giving up, and also looking at the end. We began by looking at the end and not the present, right? We weren't too concerned about struggling in the beginning. We weren't too concerned about knowing that, okay, then things are not going to be perfect, but it's a sacrifice. It's taking 3 steps back to take 10 steps forward. You have to be mentally willing to do that, right? You have to be mentally willing to know that you have to make sacrifices, and this is just one of the sacrifices. Now, you have applied, you don't know any family, you don't know anybody, and you know friends and whatever, and you've gotten through to come to Canada. Listen, be smart, be wise, and know that until you become a permanent resident, you are a temporary resident.
You can get kicked out anytime.
At any time. You are an international student, you are an international worker, you are not a Canadian, you are not a permanent resident of this country. Be smart, do not get distracted, do not come with the same culture that we as Jamaican have in terms of a lot of things. There's a lot of things that you're gonna have to do differently. Please caption this. Be smart, be very, very smart in how you do everything. Or you get an apartment, or you get furniture, or you do live your social life. Listen, as a temporary worker, guys, if you are driving under the influence, you can get deported to your country. There's so many things, guys. Any trouble with the law, guys, you can just be revoked just like that. Be very smart. Do not try to fit in. Do not try to please anybody. Do not try to make it look like you are not struggling. Like a lot of persons, obviously. I don't know why, because I love to struggle. Because when I struggle, it motivates me to not struggle anymore, right? Because we know what struggle is, right? Listen, do not be afraid to struggle. Do not be afraid to struggle. A lot of persons, guys, are on YouTube, even this very same platform, which is such a good platform that can allow us to talk to you guys who are thinking about coming to this beautiful country. That listen, this is the land of opportunities. You can be whatever you want to be, and this platform allows us to talk to you guys, sharing our intimate experiences with you guys and sharing our life with you guys. YouTube is a beautiful platform, but there are a lot of persons on this platform, guys, who are making it seem like it's not as how it is, right? There are some persons who are making it seem like it's easy. First thing, it's not easy. It's very expensive to live in Canada. You have to be mentally willing to be able to work in order to fulfill your needs. It's mentally draining. Once you get to Canada as a new immigrant, your only option is work. In terms of, you can't call in sick tomorrow, you might lose a job. You have to be working. You don't have much family time. Weekends doesn't exist, right? It exists, but you probably have to work Sunday to Sunday. That's the kind of society. You have to be ready, you have to be prepared. It's not easy. However, it is not as difficult as those some persons make it seem either. It is what you make it. If you are mentally prepared to work, then it's the best country in the world for you. But if you were coming here expecting that you'll be going around picking money off tree and you can go and buy everything cash and no, that's not it. Canadians themselves are struggling sometimes. Everyone struggles sometimes. So who are we immigrants to come to this country and not struggle? Be mentally prepared. Anyways, that's enough lecture, guys. That's another story time. I just want to say a big thank you to everyone who has been supporting our channel
thus far.
I just want to say a big thank you to everyone who has been supporting our channel so far. We really appreciate you guys, and of course you guys know we are an open book. There are many persons who have reached out to us via other platforms, and we try to respond to every single message. We might not have the answers, guys. Of course, you know we're not an immigration firm, we're not an immigration channel. We don't give immigration advice, nothing of the sort. What we do, we use our experience to guide someone who is thinking of who are thinking about coming to this country, that you can get a practical, real life experience of what this country is like. Okay, now thank you guys for watching this video all the way to the end. If you have not subscribed, guys, please go ahead and subscribe. We would really like to get monetized. That is our #1 goal. Please help us along our journey.
2,000 subscribers so we can do our live Q&A. Yes,
that's coming up. We are definitely going to be doing a live Q&A. Hopefully we can start doing that by next week. I'm not sure when yet. We're going to be doing a poll, guys, so you guys can reach out and tell us when you guys think would be the perfect time. We want to do a Q&A that we can answer those questions that you guys have, right? So again, just using our experiences. I think because we have gone through the process, we are now no longer students. We are working full time. We are in our good job. Everything is just going good. I think because we have done everything ourselves, including applying for PR ourselves, I think we can use our personal experience to guide you guys, because we know everything about the process, or not everything, but we know a lot about the process.
So we can share what we know to help you in your process.
Okay, guys, so thank you guys for staying true to this video. Until the next one, you may never know what's going to be next. Until then, we go. Peace out, DiAndersons.